cut it loose. Let's do the fucking thing. Oh my goodness, there it is. If you need anything else besides coffee, let us know. We'll figure it out.
I'm comfy.
Good. Enunciate to the back row. We're going to remember how to podcast. We haven't podcasted in a month.
Yeah, I don't know how to do this.
Peter Piper. Lemon face. What was the other one? Sour face, sweet face, smile face.
Leather.
Leather face, lemon face. I forget what Sasha said. Stretching your face stretches. Oh my goodness, the intro's done. We should probably get to talking. Or not. We'll figure it out. Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? Joey C in the place to be. I got a big boombox and a new CD coming at you live from the GFY Studios with the AO Show. Authentic only. Back from a bit of a hiatus. First podcast in a little bit. Shabak had some things going on. I had some things going on. Plus, it was fucking hot. We ain't got no AC down here. This is good. Yeah. And now we're coming back. I was kind of waiting for you to come back, too, because it would have been nice to have a nice little thing. But we're back in the studio doing the fucking damn thing. Shabak, did you have good times on your vacations?
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah, went to the beach.
Oh, the beach. The shore? They call it the beach. The coast?
The coast out here, yeah.
You called it the beach, so we'll call it the beach.
Yeah, I spent some time on the beach at the coast. Went to Seaside. It was nice.
Nice.
Went to the fair this past week. So, you know.
The fair?
Clark
County Fair, is it?
Yeah. I like
Spend $100 in 6 minutes and then go home.
Basically, yeah.
Right on. Did you have fried fair foods?
I had the giant corn dog. I got to do the giant.
Did you pet any sheep?
We pet some goats. We didn't pet the sheep, but.
Right on.
Saw the animals.
Were you petting the goats while you were eating a giant corn dog?
No. Those were two separate occasions.
I'm saying it would have been more friendly, perhaps, if you had food.
Melina had a banh mi at the fair.
Huh.
At the fair?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like the banh mi stand.
Things are changing.
But
yeah, was it deep fried?
No.
Deep fried banh mi?
I wanted
fair food.
That's good.
I wanted to try the deep fried like cookie dough, like they call them cookie fries. Those look pretty good.
Cookie fries.
Yeah, they give you like a little frosting and you dip. But
they give you a little bit of marijuana before that to get you in the mindset to eat deep fried cookie.
You got to
dough.
bring that yourself, unfortunately.
What do they dip it in?
They give you like a little frosting.
Frosting to dip deep fried cookie dough in.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's the name of that joint? Diabetes R Us?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Good God.
I didn't end up getting anything there.
Just call it Type 2 fries.
I think they have deep fried butter there, too.
I've seen the deep fried butter.
Deep fried butter is a thing, man. I distinctly remember writing a menu many moons ago, and I went through an old cookbook, and it was beurre à la broche. It was butter on a stick, rolled in breadcrumbs, and you cook it over a fire. And I was like, oh, I like that.
Wow.
So people have been cooking butter and just eating butter for a long time. Just these.
When I went aboard ship and I was cooking in a cruise ship, the pastry chefs they get this molding butter.
Yeah.
And this guy was making a king, and he worked on it the whole time that I was there, months and months and months. And whenever he get a little bit of time, he'd do a little bit of work. And
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
this thing was giant, but it didn't melt.
Is it butter then, or is it?
I didn't. I still don't know exactly what, but it stood there the whole time. It was massive. It was massive.
Guy's hands been all over the king. I could dig it.
Life size.
Right on. All right, so we did vacation, and now we're back with the long-awaited return of Michael McClernon. Thank you, sir.
I want to thank you, Joey, and
Thank you. You're welcome.
You, Charlie, for this whole thing going to Peru would have never happened without you guys. I was just a little old man minding my own business.
You went to Peru. We have to write that down.
Sitting in my little place, and I get a phone call after I did the podcast with you, and my life changed like that.
Well, congratulations.
We'll talk a little bit about that.
I'm glad we
But
might have had to play.
I want to talk a little bit to start with. It's some places that we left off with the last podcast.
Oh, do tell. Where do you want to start?
Well, first of all, you kind of brought it up. I would have never done it. But
I did?
The other day when you said, we got, Ozzy just passed away.
Yes.
I would have never thought to tell stories about him, but I have some pretty good ones.
We're starting with Ozzy stories.
Because you
That's
brought
Ozzy Osbourne.
you brought it up.
Black Sabbath fame.
Well,
just
that
saying,
was the
yeah.
thing too. And the last time I told, that was the first big show I ever did. It was Black Sabbath with Van Halen as an opening act. Not quite my cup of tea, but Ozzy would have been there.
Yeah.
At that time,
Absolutely.
I don't know who Ozzy is. Even when I did his solo show, I kind of heard the name. I heard he ate a bat or something like that.
Right, yeah.
But I don't. It's not, but anyway, he shows up in San Francisco, and I'll tell you the story with,
Yeah, man.
with him. And it starts out in the desert in Arizona.
Okay.
So they're on their way to California to do the show at a place called the Cow Palace.
Mm-hmm.
So they used to auction cows off and stuff. And the reason we do shows out there, it's in South San Francisco.
Okay.
But still considers it. But the rules out there are no rules.
Okay.
So that's why you put that type of act out there. Anyway, before he gets there, this is how the story goes. This is true. You can look. They're on their way. They're driving through the desert in a bus. I don't know if Ozzy's actually in there or what, but his crew is in the bus and they're traveling through. Well, they stop someplace and they're just, the bus is there. Well, in an airplane, it's a very small plane, up in the sky with the pilot and the lead guitarist of the band, which is I don't know the man's name, but he was very big in the headbanging world.
For Black Sabbath?
No, for Ozzy. He was the lead guitarist that died in an airplane crash.
Randy Rhoads.
Is that who it was?
That's who it was, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
This
Randy Rhoads, yeah.
is what happened on their way.
Okay.
So the bus is parked out in the desert. They're just having a little break. The airplane comes along and spots them. And they go, oh, look, there's our bus down there. So they decide to start dive bombing the bus.
Oh, sheesh.
They like scare them and
Yeah.
have some fun. And they come down, they dive bomb once, and they take off again. Second time they come down, they don't pull up in time, and they crash.
Yikes.
And kills the guitarist and the pilot on the spot.
Damn.
So Michael's thinking, I guess I'll cancel the show. No. By the time they get to San Francisco, they got another guitar player. He knows all the songs, and they're ready to go.
Yowzer.
I seen that happen with AC/DC when the original lead singer.
Who's the original guy?
Who was the original singer for AC/DC? He played
Bon
the
Scott?
bagpipes.
I think it was
Bon
Bon.
Scott. Yeah.
Bon Scott, yeah.
He dies, and I'm thinking, oh, the show will be canceled. Within a month, they got a guy that sounds like him, looks like him, sings like him.
Damn.
They rock. They don't skip a beat.
Show must go on.
So anyway, they didn't cancel the show, so they get out there. I don't know who these people are at the time. I know who they are now because I watched their TV show.
Yeah.
It's like Fathers Know Best.
Right on.
Heavy metal style.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and at this point, they were all living in the bus. They didn't even have a home. Ozzy, Sharon, and the two kids, they were just doing shows and living in the bus. They get to San Francisco, and Ozzy's on the wagon. He's having issues, so they got to dry him out. So because he has problems, nobody else could have any fun. So it was banned, no drinking, no nothing during the time that Ozzy's doing the show. That's
Interesting.
kind of selfish, but with that. Anyway, something very unusual happened at this show this morning. We get to the show, and it's just another show for me. Like I said, I didn't even know who they were at the time. The manager approaches me. It's an English guy. He says, Michael, I need to talk to you. Okay. He says, I need you to go get some things. Okay, what? He says, I'm looking for like some cow eyeballs and some cow dicks. And I said, what are you talking about? He says, you know. And I said, no, I don't know.
Explain yourself.
And I'm afraid to even ask
Yeah.
why, but I'm going to ask. He said, I need some theatrical blood too. You got to tell me what's up. First of all, we can't get any cow eyes in those parts.
Yeah.
We don't get those here. This is America. Yeah, we don't merchandise in that. So what exactly are you doing? He says, well, we have this mechanical hand, and we're going to put all this stuff in the hand, and then when Ozzy comes out, this big giant hand is loaded with all this stuff, this theatrical blood and the cow part, and it gets flung into the audience.
That sounds in the pocket for Ozzy.
I said, man, that sounds like you're kind of going medieval on the. I said, man, that sounds like you're kind of going medieval on the audience. You know, like you remember in the old days when they would take those catapults and they put like blankets with disease on them, and they'd shoot them over the. It's the same thing. Only this is a hand, a big giant hand. And I look over and he points to me, and there's this big giant hand on this catapult, and he's going to fill this thing up. And when Ozzy comes out, it's going to be flung into the audience. First of all, I'm thinking, man, if I paid all that money to see a show and I get hit in the head with cow eyeballs in my new show, I'm pissed. You know?
I wore my new shirt to the Ozzy concert.
I'm just real pissed, you know? And then I was told that's the guy that, chewed the head off some animal.
Allegedly.
Okay, so, they're kind of medieval, you know?
We'll figure it out.
Okay, so I told the guy, I can't get that stuff. I can get you theatrical blood. Okay, get the blood. Here's what we're going to do. Get some liver, like some beef liver. And we'll do it with that. Okay, I can do that. So I go out and get this stuff, get the theatrical blood, get the liver. Well, I'm kind of dying to see exactly.
Yeah.
It takes like to grab my. I got to see how. So here it is. We're getting close to showtime. The crowd's getting all worked up, and these people. And the manager comes. He goes, "You got the liver?" Yeah. He says, "Now put it in the pan and warm it up. Get it kind of nice and soft and mushy and all that."
Oh, my goodness.
And I go, I got to see this. And I get a couple of cases of theatrical blood, which they only used one bottle. I had that blood in my basement for years. So there's about 6 guys all around this catapult hand, you know. I mean, the thing's giant.
Yeah.
I mean, the hand's this big. And they're putting, I bring the meat out and they're cutting it up and putting it in this thing on the hand, and they're throwing the blood on it, and I go, oh, this is crazy, you know. Not quite my cup of tea, but it's amusing anyway. So I got to see how this is going to go off. So I kind of, I'm backstage. They're loading it up, and the crowd's going crazy. They're getting really worked up, and the lights go out, and Ozzy comes out, and this hand, it's supposed to flick it all this stuff into the audience. Well, something happens, and it doesn't go out into the audience. It kind of goes backstage, kind of all over the stage hands.
Oh, my goodness.
In the back.
The whole crew got doused. Wild.
I had to go away and laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
I see a lot of stuff, but I've never seen anything like that.
Oh, yeah. A turn of events.
That's like some Spinal Tap stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's like.
Oh yeah, it's just like Spinal Tap. I mean, it's straight up Spinal Tap live.
You can't make that shit up.
Yeah, you just can't make it up. So that's the Ozzy story.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
He played a show, nobody drank, and they went away.
Yeah, man.
The next day comes around, there's another band. So
what it is.
That's what's happening. But here's the big news. This is the big news.
All right, let's hear it.
I believe I was hanging out with the CIA for about 15 years backstage at the shows. In fact, I know I was.
Yeah,
I know I
dun,
was.
Dun, dun.
Because it's
Charlie's eyeballs are
because not only it's in a book, but Netflix made a series out. If it's on Netflix, it's got to be true.
On Netflix now. Yeah, man.
Well, here's how the story goes. There was a book that came out about 3 years ago. It's called Chaos, bestseller.
Yeah.
Everybody read it. I didn't catch it when it first came out. But the book comes out. This organization called the Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic closes their door the next day. Just remember that name, Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic.
Go figure.
Okay.
Right on.
So that goes on. The book comes out. It's a bestseller on the New York Times. The guy that put it together, he researched it for 25 years. And it had to do with the Charlie Manson story. His magazine, they said, write a story about Charlie Manson. And he goes, I don't want to do that. Everything's been written about it. There's nothing more that could be written. And they go, you got to do it. You got to do it. So he starts investigating, and it just opens up all these doors, and he goes down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And stuff that was never, ever mentioned in the whole Charlie Manson incident was going on in Northern California with the CIA.
And this guy found out about it and wrote
at the
about it.
Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. So the book's out. Well, now Netflix has a show called the same thing, Chaos. And I heard about it, and I was watching, and they keep mentioning the Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic. And Michael, the little light bulb goes on. I go, wait a minute. I know those people.
Yeah, you do.
I've known him for a long, long time, and here's how the story goes. So if you come backstage at a Bill Graham show, mainly the big shows, and that's pretty much all I did, you'd look back there and you would see a restaurant, and that's and we put it together in one day. There's like pipe and draping, rugs with tables, tablecloths, buffet bars, drinks, all the stuff that you would see in a restaurant. If you're a really big band, we'll throw a waterfall in. If you're really big, maybe a couple of pinball machines too.
Nice. Right
You're
on.
really big.
Yeah, man.
The Rolling Stones, we'll recreate the whole Barbary Coast for you. We do these environments backstage.
Interesting rider.
Yeah,
But yeah.
There's one time when we did a Who show, they brought these guys up from Hollywood that would build sets, and they built 2 scales at English pub just for one night, and then they tore it down at the end of the night and sold the wood off.
Right on.
So anyway, you have my little restaurant there. This goes on at every show.
Okay.
And there's 2 other elements that come around that's really big. So you have the hospitality, that's me, and a couple hours before the show starts, a makeshift hospital gets set up. And another group of people called the Blue Coats. And the Blue Coats are a security force that is operated by Bill Graham Presents himself. So
okay.
It's their own security. That means since they have their own security, they don't have the police there. There's no guns. If something happens, they know how to take care of it.
Yep.
And so if somebody gets hurt, maybe they fall down and get a boo-boo, the Blue Coats will swoop them up and they'll bring them backstage and take them to this little makeshift hospital. And in this hospital, pipe and draping, some cots, pillows, some little boxes of juice, nice little vibes back there.
Yeah.
They take care of maybe drug overdoses, lightweight stuff. If something heavy happens, of course, they have to take them to the hospital.
Yeah.
But we prefer to take care of the problems right there.
In-house,
And
yeah.
then nothing gets written up in the paper the next
Absolutely.
day. It all gets, if you do this somewhere else, everything that happens ends up on the front page the next
Exactly.
day. Who's operating this organization? It's the Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic.
Wow.
And now I know, because I've read the book, and now I've watched the Netflix, and I go, my God, they're the ones that operated the hospital back there the whole time. The whole time I was there,
Interesting.
the Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic would be there.
What
just to
is
show
that? What, do you got some receipts and everything?
No, this is from 1978. This is from a Rolling Stone concert. Medical staff, a very special day on the green. So the people that was running the little hospital would wear these. If you look on the back,
Haight-Ashbury Free Medical Clinic.
Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic.
Yowzer, you got the receipts and
Where
everything.
Charlie Manson used to go every other day, because Charlie Manson lived 3 doors down from the Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic.
Oy, oy, oy.
Yeah, none of this is ever mentioned in his whole thing. They left the whole Northern California part out. When all his bad stuff he did, it was just all in L.A. Well, the guy that wrote the book Chaos uncovered all this and found out that Charlie was going to the Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic. Well, the guy who wrote the book realized they're the CIA. And what had happened is during the Summer of Love, when this counterculture's coming to town and all this LSD is going on, the CIA opened up a place called the Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic. And they were a clinic. They were treating people with minor little things. And as time went on, they were even some of the first people that started really studying addiction and all that. And they were a fixture in the Haight-Ashbury. Everybody knew. What they didn't know was they were CIA.
Yeah.
And
Follow the money.
yeah,
Wow.
and so the whole thing and how this all came about was the Charlie Manson part of it. And come to find out, as I told you, Charlie Manson was living 2 or 3 doors down.
Yeah.
He'd go there every other day. And then Charlie Manson's probation officer moves into the same building.
Oh, wow.
But nice coincidence.
Wild.
And then Charlie keeps getting busted in Northern California, stealing cars, all this stuff.
Yeah, he had a rap sheet, yeah.
Oh, and he was out on probation. He gets busted for these things. As soon as he gets busted, an hour later, he's back on the streets. Why is that? Nobody, with all the TV shows, and the answers are never there.
Wow.
But what they did is they left all that out in the trials.
Yeah.
The government came to the man that prosecute him that wrote the big book, Helter Skelter. And he was a nut himself, which is all in the Chaos book. I'm not making this up. This is
this
what
is all
comes out.
documented, yeah.
It's all there. And he had lots of problems himself. So the government came and said, what we want you to do is we want you to prosecute Charlie, but we don't want you to say a lot. We don't want to say anything about Northern California. And if you go along with this, you could write your book, you could run for head district attorney, all that sort of stuff, and we'll say, if you don't go along with it, we're going to expose you for all your bad deeds. And he has a shopping list this big.
Exactly right.
It's all in the book. Anyways, it just perks up the ears of Michael saying, wait a minute, I worked next to these people for all those years. In fact, the people that were there, they probably didn't even know that they were CIA. People, half of them worked at the clinic, probably didn't know they were CIA.
That was a select
They're very secretive.
element of it,
They're very secretive.
Plus, I mean, all the work they did wasn't all CIA stuff. They did a lot of
No,
good
they
stuff.
were actually running a clinic, too. And the CIA was also doing other stuff outside of
Operation Midnight Cowboy, I believe it
and
was,
they
right?
would set up these little honeypot things.
Yep.
And what they would do is they would go to the jails and they'd get prostitutes. And they would say, we have a proposal for you. And here's the proposal. We can make all your troubles go away, and all we want you to do is do what you normally do.
Yep.
Just go out, get a job. You can keep the money. You do what you do. And at the end, all your crimes will be erased. But you have to bring them to the house that we want you to bring him to.
Right on.
She says, yeah, that sounds good to me. So the lady will bring him to this house, and she excuses herself. She goes to the bathroom. Somehow or another, they dose him up,
Slip him a Mickey,
drink or some
exactly.
whatever, and heavy on the LSD. And that's what they're really experimenting with at Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic, is the LSD. Mind control.
Yeah.
MK Ultra was the name of the
I'll have to look that one
it was
up.
a 25-year deal. Started after the Korean War.
Manchurian candidate, right?
Exactly. That could have been Charlie. You know, he killed people, and he wasn't there, and they would do it. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just going.
That's a sort of
What
tale,
is
yeah.
known though, he was going there, and he did live 3 doors down from the Haight-Ashbury Free
Wow.
Clinic, and he'd bring the girls in every day, and everybody loved them. They'd go down and they'd get treated for venereal disease. It must have been quite a household.
Yeah, right.
And like I said, his probation officer was in the same building. Anyway, so the girl brings the John in. They get down to business. He's all freaking out now on LSD, and the curtain opens up, and it's a one-way glass.
Yeah.
And there's a man sitting behind it named Jolly West.
Jolly West.
Jolly West. He's the main character in the book. He's the guy that set up the Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic. And he's a character in himself. He even goes back to the Kennedy assassination. So at one point, Jack Ruby, the guy that killed Oswald, he's going to appear in court. He won't tell the real story unless he's taken to Washington, D.C., he says. So he's got to go to court. So the government decides they don't want him saying too much. So they bring in Jolly West again. Jolly West comes in. He's a psychiatrist. He was actually a head of psychiatry at Stanford University.
Yeah, medical doctor.
He's a big guy, big guy. But every time there's something really crazy happening in the country, Jolly West just happens to be there.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so Jolly's watching all this going on the other side of the curtain and all that sort of jazz. In fact, I in the book it said he liked it so much he had like a little refrigerator and a little bathroom, so he didn't have to get up to miss anything. And this isn't the first time the CIA does stuff like that.
No.
They let off a couple of canisters of some sort of drug in the underground rapid transit system one Friday evening. Of course, they denied it 20 years later by when is it? When you get the documents.
Oh, the FOIA, Freedom of
Freedom of
Information Act,
it finally came out that they were actually doing. They were doing all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff. Go figure.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
they were
man.
doing. But anyway, I just thought that was kind of interesting. Little.
I would say so. Yeah.
I mean, I had
wild,
no
my guy.
idea. I remember one night, they would come over borrow ice from me, and I recognized it. They were just right there.
Yeah.
I mean, one night I had cut myself really bad, and I'm bleeding. I'm laying on a table. They come running over. They go, we're going to have to stitch him up. No, we're not. No stitching. Just go get me some Band-Aids, and we'll be just fine. I did see one time. I'm not going to mention the name of the band, but very famous at the time, as big as they come. They had wandered into the little Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic, and that was always well known. They always said, but wasn't known was
I mean, they got merch.
wasn't known as they were CIA.
Yeah, exactly.
This band they wander off into, and they're laying on the cots, and I could see everything, right? I thought that was kind of odd. I'd never seen that before. They were there for a long time, like an hour, and they're just laying, half the band's there. And then all of a sudden, this man shows up. He's got, just like in the movie, a little black bag. He walks in behind the curtain, closes up the curtain, stays there about a half hour. He comes back out, and he leaves. And right after that, the band comes out. And they're not, at this point, they're singing and God knows what they did.
Just a little pinprick that'll keep you going for the
sure
show.
That things like that go on.
Can you pull up the guy's name who wrote that book? Tom something or other?
Yeah.
Chaos? Tom something? Tim something? Tom. I think it's Tom.
Tom's his first name.
Tom something.
He's 25 years he studied.
A long ass time, yeah. Because he got into it.
He almost went nuts over doing it.
Then he went.
Too.
What's the guy's name here?
Tom O'Neill.
Tom O'Neill, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I follow a bunch of comedians, and Greg Fitzsimmons, he's had a long comedy career. He's also been a writer a long time, but he tells a story. I think him and Tom O'Neill lived in the same, while Tom was starting this project, they lived in the same building, maybe same apartment or something like that in, trying to think, it was New York. Does it say where he lived?
Or maybe
in New
Venice
York?
Beach?
No, it was in New York, I believe,
Okay.
yeah.
He was
'Cause
all over
They
it.
have wild stories about that as well.
He didn't know people were going to come after him over this or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
He got a big dog.
Yeah, but they were living on, I think it was Mulberry, like an Italian neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, I know
and
that.
whatnot. And Greg Fitzsimmons was like, yeah, I know this guy, blah, blah, blah. And he tells his whole perspective
So
of seeing
Tom
this guy
tells
go
the
through this,
story
yeah.
of when Jolly West goes in and sees, who's the guy shot Oswald? Jack Ruby.
Ruby, yeah.
He was a gangster. And he goes in there and he doses him up so heavy on LSD. He stays with him for about an hour or two. And Jolly West comes out and he tells the people running the prison, he's having a nervous breakdown.
Something, yeah. He died or something like that in there, right?
Well, no, he
No, he
didn't.
didn't?
He died of cancer in jail.
Yeah, like
But-
real quick, though.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
But at this point, he says, he's under the table, and he's a Jewish guy. He said, they're boiling little Jewish kids in oil in the hallway, and he's like hiding under the bed. He goes, yeah, he's having a nervous, and I don't think he's going to come out. And the warden says, well, that's funny. He was fine this morning.
I wonder how that happened.
And so, because he was so whacked out, he was not a good witness on the stand when
Wonder
he
how that
finally
happens.
drug him up into court.
Yeah, man.
That just came out recently. This
Okay.
guy Jolly West too. There's a whole book written on this incident. There's this time in a elephant's life, a male teenager elephant.
Okay.
It's called musking. And they start foaming, and what it is, they're going into their manhood, I
Yeah,
think.
exactly.
And at this point, everybody knows that. And you don't let these elephants get near the village because they'll just trash it out. Jolly West and CIA, it's like, well, maybe we could get some of this musking. Maybe we can make a weapon. They're always thinking of weaponizing stuff.
Yowza.
So they advertise that they're going to hypnotize a baby Asian elephant. And they get kids to come to the zoo and everything. And they suppose he's going to hypnotize this elephant. There's a whole book written on this.
Yeah.
Jolly West again, same guy that...
Yeah.
And the kids are there, and they're all waiting, and he makes up the LSD potion, gives it, and the poor elephant drops dead immediately.
Yikes.
The kids are crying.
Show's over. Yowzer.
Things didn't go exactly right.
No, man.
I don't know how you write a whole book on it, but it's out there.
Dig it, man.
There's crazy things going on.
I mean, this
out
book is available.
Yeah,
I don't know if I
Amazon.
read that one. There's a couple different chaos things I had.
That's the real. That's the real. And he's the one that talks all about Charlie living 2 doors down from the Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic and all the connection he had with them. And
Allegedly, Charlie wasn't a bad musician. Who was Charlie's neighbor? Was it Neil Young?
I thought
he knew Neil Young, and he got in with the Beach Boys and all
The
those
Beach
guys.
Boys too. That's right. Yeah.
Well, what happened was he's going down. Dennis, he was the wild and crazy one. He was the only one who knew how to surf.
Okay.
He was the only one that really partied too. The rest of them were pretty. So he's driving down Sunset Boulevard, sees these two girls hitchhiking. He pulls over, picks them up, takes them back to his house. The story goes, they have coffee and milk. Probably a little more than that.
Yeah.
And then he says, well, I got to go back to the studio or something like that. And the girls, they decide they're gonna wait for him to come home. So Dennis goes, does his thing, comes home. And when he comes home, this little man opens his door to his house, and it's Charlie Manson, and they've moved in. Since the time that he's just gone to the studio, he's come. The whole family is now at the house, and they've moved in, and they're there for months. In fact, it got so crazy that Dennis Wilson couldn't kick him out. They were scared of him too.
Yeah,
Dennis Wilson just left.
Yowzer.
That's all in the books too.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that's just.
Yeah, there's lots of stories surrounding it. I mean, I've heard lots of different angles. Charlie was upset that he wasn't a famous musician.
Well, they stole one of his pieces of music too, and actually put it out on one of the albums, a Beach Boy album. They took one of his songs, changed a couple of words around, and published it on the Beach Boys. And so he was pretty upset about that.
That'll make you feel some kind
You
of
don't
way.
want Charlie. You don't want Charlie to be too upset with you.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Because it's not going to come out good.
Yeah, I believe I heard. I think it was Neil Young that did an interview. It was like,
Yeah,
he was kind of a good neighbor. We played music together.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
Neil
man.
Young used to also be in a band with I'm trying to think of the guy's name. He was.
Rick James.
Thank you. They were in a band.
Neil Young and Rick James were in a band together?
Yeah. Talk about the odd couple, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was the
Couple of geniuses, musical geniuses.
The Bluebirds or something, because they met at like the Bluebird Cafe. They'd meet up and jam there, so they called themselves the Bluebirds,
I
something
don't
like that.
know, but they were doing something for a
Yeah,
while.
man. It was an interesting time of music and other things.
And and then I started thinking about, well, the CIA is back there. As long as they're back there, are they studying us? Are they looking at? And I started, going on the internet,
Oh no,
and the CIA had infiltrated the music business a whole bunch of times.
Plenty of stories about
And
that,
when you
yeah.
think about it, I mean, they would say, you imagine you got some band playing, and look at all the power this band has over all these young people. Can we weaponize it? Can we make a bomb out of it?
Right.
Whatever, And if they set up a clinic to study the counterculture in the middle of the Haight-Ashbury district in the summer of love, well, now they're backstage. This is where the elite counterculture is. This is the counterculture, but on another level.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, assembling thousands of people at one time and being able to influence them potentially in some
Big
kind of way.
time. Yeah.
Don't eat the brown acid.
Yeah,
It's
who knows?
Or do.
Who knows?
Because we will study you.
Who
Wild
knows?
stuff, man.
But anyway, this just all came to my universe since the last time I talked to you.
Yeah, that's wild. I remember we texted about it real quick too.
Yeah,
That's when you sent me a picture of that shirt. I was like, oh
said,
shit.
wait a minute, I know these people.
I got a shirt about that movie.
So
Bananas, yeah, man.
that's how that goes.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you never saw anything nefarious or anything like that.
no,
You're just
nothing.
like, yes.
Like I said, the people running, they probably didn't even know
Yeah.
it was CIA.
And they were doing good work.
It took this guy in 25 years and lots of freedom of information releases to put all the puzzle together.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of like Dance Safe and like, what is that thing where they, Burning Man. They set up tents, like you're having a bad one, you go see these people.
Yeah.
It's probably not called the Haight-Ashbury Clinic anymore, but
no.
yeah, I mean, that's kind of the same work they were doing.
But they were an organization, and Bill was there from the beginning. He knew who all the players were in that that whole realm of counterculture, and they were there from the very beginning.
Yeah.
In fact, in the book it says when they put the place together, Jolly West. He tells, okay, now grow your hair long, get some jeans, and blend in. I think they start drinking the Kool-Aid too,
Yeah.
and they were there a while.
That's probably part of it. Huh?
So that's about the CIA thing.
Yeah, and all this information is available. People want to check it out.
Everything I
Tom
just told
O'Neill's
you,
Chaos Book.
I read it right out of the
Yeah.
book and watched it right out.
It's on Netflix
The
now?
Netflix thing is not nearly as good as the book.
I didn't think so
The
as well.
book is really
I got
good.
about 10, 15 minutes into it,
The
and it was just
Netflix
like,
one is so-so.
Yeah.
But the book is really,
Yeah,
really
bringing
good.
it to
And like I
people's
said,
attention.
the day that this book comes out, the Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic
Packed
closes
up.
up doors the next day.
Wild.
Boom, it's over. They were there
Wildness.
for years and years and years.
Yeah.
10, 20 years. The MJ Alter, that was a 25-year.
And that may still be
Run on
going
that,
on in
yeah.
some way, shape, or form.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
In another way, shape, or form.
There's plenty of other things that may have been linked to that. Like, what's his name?
Oh, there's lots.
The Doors guy. Jim Morrison?
Morrison.
Oh, and this whole thing's in that whole place in Southern California where all those people lived in Laurel Canyon, supposedly. And all those people that were famous rock stars, Jim Morrison, Dad, he was the admiral on the ship that started the Vietnam War.
Yeah, the Gulf of Tonkin false flag type thing, right?
Dad was the admiral on the ship.
Wow.
Frank Zappa's father was a big guy in the weapons department.
Zappa's dad was?
Zappa's dad was big
shaking
guy.
your head. You knew that? I didn't
big
know that.
guy in the weapons department.
No
yeah.
shit.
In fact, Frank says, "Yeah, Dad used to bring stuff home. So toys for us would be like gas masks and things that Dad would
fuck?
bring home from the shop."
Wild.
Yeah, his dad worked for the what would be the name of the?
DOD maybe? I don't know. Department of Defense? I don't know.
something like that.
I'm sure we can Google it and see what Frank Zappa's dad did.
And there were several other big names. They were all living in Laurel Canyon. Supposedly, there was a little CIA clubhouse back in there. I don't know anything about
I mean, you got to meet somewhere.
Yeah.
Pinball machines, root beer on draft. Francis Zappa.
Nice Italian guy.
Yeah.
I seen him conduct the San Francisco Symphony one night. It was fabulous.
Sicily in
that's Pops
Palermo.
right there.
That's interesting
He's from
already.
Palermo?
That's what it says.
That's where my grandfather's from.
Does it say Palermo? What's he from? Something Sicily. Oh, part of Nicho, Sicily, not Palermo.
My grandfather's
Still,
from Palermo. Or
Siciliano.
his father's from Palermo.
Look at that nice little mustache
yeah,
on that
a
guy.
nice Italian-looking guy.
And he was a musician too.
No, he worked. He made weapons.
Analyst, engineer, and metallurgist for Lockheed and Convair Aircraft Corporation.
No shit.
Oh, he's doing the dirty stuff.
Engineer and metallurgist for Lockheed.
That's what they tell you.
Symphony jobs. Blah, 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 blah. He wrote a book. No shit.
Oh, he's a heavy. All these guys were heavies. All these famous musicians out their dads all were doing heavy stuff in the government. I don't. Is that coincidence? I don't know.
I don't know. We have to research it. Wow.
That's just the two that have come to mind, and
Yeah, I know
there
about
are
Zappa's
more
dad.
of them back there too.
Yeah, I'm sure. Miles Copeland.
Yeah,
The drummer?
Stuart Copeland's dad.
What did he do?
He was CIA.
Shut up.
According to files released by CIA, a key intelligence operative in Britain during the Second World War and founding member of the CIA.
Oh,
A founding Stuart Copeland's pop was?
Yeah.
How do CIA guys, kids get to be such good musicians?
Well, that's what we wonder. Who knows?
And
drugs?
Courtney Love's dad. CIA.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he was also the Grateful Dead's manager for a while.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. So there's a connection there.
I mean, Stuart Copeland's a slayer on the drums, though.
And the CIA, they were doing stuff with the Grateful Dead. I mean, that's where it all came from. They were doing experiments with LSD.
I mean, that's a place to
The
experiment.
genie came out of the bottle.
What was the Grateful Dead's? They had like the LSD guy. They called him Bear because of Little Bear.
Halsey Bear, yeah.
Right?
Halsey.
Halsey?
Ozzy was the guy that made. He learned how to synthesize it and actually mass produce it.
Yeah.
He was also their sound engineer.
Yeah,
too.
he
He
invented
did
the wall of
sound
sound.
and LSD.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So the first, the big acid tests and stuff,
But I think
they were
what the
testing his
story
stuff,
was, I think there were people that were experimenting. They were paying you to take LSD at Stanford, and they liked it so much. And some of these guys were janitors. They go, let's just take this out of the cabinet and take it to this party where these guys are playing music and happens to be the
wild,
Grateful Dead. And now the genie's out of the bottle. That's how it filtered in.
I mean, all those other cats too. East Coast cats. What's his name? Before it was Ramdas and Timothy Leary. They were homies. Like if you got a chemist back in the day, it's like, can you make us LSD? Or like, how much you want? I don't know, a bucket. And it was like, it'll take me 10 minutes, and they go make LSD, and it's like nothing. Same thing with like a lot of those drugs. If you're a chemist, you could just make LSD.
You know, there's another story on Netflix. I think it's called Wormwood, and it's a story of during the Korean War. This is how MJ Ultra started. These guys were coming back from Korea, and they were prisoners of war, and they come back to America, and they go, "Oh, we like it there. We want to go back."
Oh, a little bit of Munchausen. Is that what that's called?
Yeah, not Munchausen.
Stockholm.
Stockholm's.
What's Munchausen?
That's when you tell somebody they have your kid, you have cancer, and you don't really have cancer.
Yeah, Munchausen is by proxy.
Oh, it's like fucking gaslighting, or now they call it
Yeah,
nowadays.
it's like living through your. Yeah.
Well, Stockholm's is feeling sympathy for your captors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
exactly. So these guys come home. So the CIA decides, well, we got there's got to be some sort of mind control going on. We got to start doing it too. And what happens is too, we look at the North Koreans and the big bad guys up there, and they hate Americans, and there's probably pretty good reasons why they do. Supposedly during the Korean War, we pretty much leveled all their buildings.
Oh
there.
yeah, fucked them up.
But after we did that, we released biological warfare on these people, and they got really sick.
I never heard of this one.
Oh yeah, there's a book. There's another Netflix show on the guy that actually is doing this. He's working for the government, CIA, or one part, and he's making this biological junk.
Yeah.
And he picks up on that they are going to release it onto civilization, and he says, "I want out. I don't want to do this." And they go, "Too late.
Too late.
You're already in."
There's only one
he
way
says,
out.
"Well, I'm going to go to the press." And they go, "No, you're going out the window."
Yeah, 86.
And they
yeah,
said he
he's
jumped
done
out the window. But when you jump out, you generally jump face first.
Yeah.
When they found him, he was on his back, so he was pushed. Dosed,
Yeah.
Another
He
one
died under mysterious
dosed
circumstances.
out on LSD again.
Yowzer.
Yeah, that's where all this started.
What's something else to watch? Whew. A lot of research to do on the old MK Ultra LSD type thing.
Yeah, so
Bananas,
that's how all the LSD started.
Kaczynski, he was also involved.
Ted, what was his deal? He was with the government. I think he was actually taking. They were giving him LSD. He was taking it. They were paying him, and he was
Yeah, he was
taking
like
a whole bunch of LSD.
test subject. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Uncle Ted, right? Yeah, they how'd the story go? They took him as a baby and he was in isolation, right?
Something like that.
And then he got deeper into the program. He was the guy was a genius
Well,
in some
those
way, shape, or
geniuses
form.
sometimes they dangle on the fence.
Exactly. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
I think any art, I think we talked about this before too.
Exactly.
Art on the edge is the best.
Yeah.
It's got to be razor thin to be the best. Even cooking certain foods, it's like, here is the perfect point. It's so thin. Either way, it's not the best, but right
Exactly.
there, it is.
But this guy's got an interesting story. Yeah, they told him, he said, "I'm going to the press." "No, you're going out the window."
Not 86,
In
buddy.
New York, yeah.
Wild.
They dosed him up on LSD and they pushed him right out.
Because that was the thing.
Because
too,
when you jump out the window, you don't stand up and jump out backwards.
I mean, I don't.
They found him on his they found him on his back.
What was that movie? I think it was with Leo. Was it The Good Shepherd? Something like that. It was about
I remember them. They were CIA.
CIA or FBI or one of those. But
Good Shepherd?
there's a scene where they're like, "Oh, we got this new truth serum. Let's try it out on this guy. We think he's a Soviet agent or whatever." And they just dose him with a ton of LSD. And he's
Yeah,
just
that was their new little thing. I mean, that was just brand new. They don't know what can we do with this.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got to test it out. Wild.
so he's,
Eventually, you have to what they say, take it to the field.
Yeah.
No more paying Ted Kaczynski to
Yeah.
take it. We need to
Gotta
see
field
how it
test,
reacts in the field.
Yeah. Go ahead, Charles.
oh, so he's like naked in a chair in this apartment in New York, and they're like, "What's your name?" And he's like, "Here's my name." And they're like, "No. What's your real name? We know you're a Soviet agent. What's your real name?" And he's like, "That's my name." And he just jumps out the window. And it's crazy.
Huh.
And you know what? This is just
So
the
it's-
stuff we found out about.
Exactly,
Think of the
yeah.
stuff we have not found out about.
That's the thing. Yeah. If you're testing that stuff, you got to get real world experience on it. That's a lot of thing that people say about wars maybe currently going on. It's like, hey, we got all these new things, but we could test them and not get any American GIs killed. Let's give them to these guys to try out.
Yeah.
Fucking, you got
God only knows. God
that's
only
fucking
knows.
wild, man. But
So-
LSD, yeah, for fucking, what was that wild ass movie with fucking,
There was another
Bull
guy
Durham.
they were dosed up. He was a gangster, Whitey Bulger. They were
Yeah.
giving him tons of LSD too.
he was a informant.
No, he ran the
In Boston.
Irish gang
Yeah,
in Boston
yeah,
and
but he was-
killed tons of people. And
For the longest
took him,
time, he
took
was
him
an
25
informant,
years
though.
to find this
Yeah.
guy. You know how they actually found him? They found his wife or girlfriend had a breast implant, and they took the serial numbers of the implant and traced it. That's how they actually. Damn.
Wow.
So make sure you follow that off if you
Yeah.
ever get
Get them black market titties. Beautiful. What the fuck was that movie that was supposedly fucking the guy who played in Bull Durham? What's his name? Not Kevin Costner. He was the pitcher. Tim Robbins.
Oh, Tim Robbins. Yes.
It's a fucking wild movie. It was fucking
All those movies are wild.
Jacob's Ladder. Oh. Is that it? I think that has something to do with like MK Ultra mind control shit.
Yeah, they did all kinds. There's tons of books out on these people.
Tim Robbins, yeah. That was a wild movie. Psychological horror. Based on real life stuff that may or may not have happened. No, it doesn't say that. Does it say anything about LSD or what it could have been about?
Catatonic convulsion.
When did it come out? 1990? Yeah, I think I was in high school when I watched it and I was like, that was fucking wild.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've never seen it. I'm going to have to put this one on the list.
It's scary. Yeah, psychological horror film, they say. It's wild.
It doesn't say anything specific, but...
It doesn't? No, it's right here. Army's chemical warfare thing. Did you remember this whole story about Army's chemical warfare?
That's everything we've just been talking about.
He called The Ladder, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Soldier Jacob, blah, 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 Jacob's Ladder. Yeah, wild.
So anyway, that's my experience with the CIA.
We're going to put a pin in it. And that's how I came in contact with the CIA. Wild, dude.
You know, the cute thing about the CIA, I know, I have a friend that's actually a real ex-CIA agent.
Oh, right on.
And how I met him was the same place I met you. He'd come down and volunteer on Saturday at the shelter.
Right.
Him and his wife would come down. And
Probably a nice guy.
oh, he's a really nice guy. He's just heavy dude. I could tell him mop my floors, go wash my dishes, and he would do them. Yeah.
Took direction very
And
well.
I told him one time, I said, told me you're CIA and how they find you. You never apply for work at the CIA.
Yeah.
They find you.
They find you, exactly,
When
yeah.
you're in school, if you're doing it. So I took this guy right out of school, and his whole career was with the CIA. So I tell him one day, I said, after years, we always just talk politics. What exactly did you do for the CIA? Oh, I was an analyst. I know you all analysts.
They're all analysts.
He said, I can't remember.
I was a translator.
I can't remember. I said, okay, I tell you what. If you tell me something that you did that they won't have to kill me over,
Shit.
I'll tell you what it's like to spend the whole night with the Rolling Stones.
Nice trade-off. I like that.
He told me a few stories.
Why?
And as he's telling me the story, we're talking, guns on the back and, caves and warlords in Afghanistan. And I know his wife. So at the same time, he's running around on the donkeys and all. And you're home watching the kids. Yeah, that's pretty much how that came down.
That is a lifestyle to get involved with.
And
man.
now
That's
you're mopping
wild.
my floors.
Yeah, right? Yeah, man. Gonna make himself feel better, maybe. Let's put a pin in it real quick. I drank 2 waters already.
Yep.
Good?
Okay,
we're back? We're rolling?
on?
We're
Rolling.
So
We're back, yeah.
That's the CIA connection. I'm going to take you back into the early the days of some rock and roll. Kate, I'm going to introduce to you Tim Butterly.
Tim? Shout out Tim.
Hello, Tim. We'll talk a little bit more about Tim, but when I first met Tim I just started doing shows again. I've been away from doing shows for about 10 years.
Okay.
And when I did it before, I did for about 10 years, but it was like small. The Rolling Stones would come to town. There'd just be like maybe 30, 40 people traveling with them. At this point, 10 years, they're traveling with hundreds of people with them. So everything has changed a lot. So I get back into the business. I opened a restaurant and been gone, went to Tahiti, worked there for a while on cruise ships. But I kind of got talked back into going back into it again. But at the same time that I get talked into it, I realize things are changing. I can't do it the old way. I need a real space to do this. So I find this place. At the same time I find this place, this guy named Tim Butterly shows up into my life. This is the man who I went to Peru and see. And Tim is one of these kind of guys. So I get this building, and this building has a great history to it. It was called Jackson Street Studios.
Can you you were telling me about this yesterday. Can you see if Jackson Street Studios is still there?
Yeah.
Or when it closed? Please continue.
But what it was before that, and I read about it. So I lived in Berkeley, Oakland there. I read about this place. It wasn't called Jackson Street Studios. But what it was, they called it taxi dancing.
Okay.
And they supposedly had 100 Asian women working this place. This is right in the center of Oakland, Chinatown.
Okay.
And what it is, it's a big building, and they had like a dance floor. It's really big, and then they had all these rooms off to the side, small rooms, and then they had a little restaurant in there, and they had a bar. And what I did is I went in there, and so this guy, we call him Big Al. He takes the place over. He's everything music. His parents played in San Francisco Symphony. He's a musician himself. He buys a place. So what he wants to do is turn this place into a rehearsal studio.
Okay.
So the bands of the time would actually come there and rent places out and rehearse there. And as we're looking back, there was Tupac Shakur as a teenager just running around down there. Milli Vanilli would be there.
Milli Vanilli, wow.
Metallica would practice there. I mean, all these. So we would not only go to the shows and, you know, all that chaos and but when we come back to the shop, the walls are vibrating because Metallica's practicing on the other side of the wall.
Wow.
So this is still going on.
Only ones I could find are in Seattle and
No, this is in Oakland.
Jackson Street Studios, Oakland.
Oakland.
Yeah. Across the bridge.
Oh, okay. See this?
And the people that went through there were incredible. So what it originally was, I think it was a big giant whorehouse. So you would go there and you would buy tickets, dance with the girls, and then they had all these side rooms off around. So I imagine
There was stuff going on.
There was all kinds of
Negotiations
stuff.
were going on. Yeah.
But so I had this. So what I did is I took the kitchen over, and turned it into my kitchen. And at the same time I did that, Tim Butterly walks into my life, and things are just they're going a million miles an hour. It's all of a sudden Bill is going into his heyday. Instead of, you know, we'll just say Madonna doing a regular little show. Now Madonna's selling out 3 nights at the Oakland Coliseum.
Yeah.
It's just
Stadiums.
It's massive.
Yeah.
So we have this little kitchen and we bring it up to code. Not to code yet, but we're operating out of it, and we're doing all the shows. And Tim and I are becoming, you know, buddies. And he's the only guy I ever met that could hang with me.
And you hired him, yeah?
I hired him. He was I couldn't have done these shows without this guy.
Right on. And he was a young cook at that time, right?
No, not a cook at all.
He wasn't even a cook then.
No. He'd as he said the first night he met me, he says, if I could work with this guy being me for 1 year, he said I could go anywhere in the world and work, and he did.
Fucking A.
He's in
That's
Peru.
beautiful.
So yeah, but there's more to it than cooking.
Yeah.
I mean, we're transporting this
Absolutely,
stuff.
yeah.
We're
The
dealing
logistics
with,
of it are bananas.
You know, a cast of characters. They're just, you know, these big shows. I'm hiring, 30, 40 people working for us at times. But he could hang with me.
Nice.
Nobody else could do that. You know, some days we'd go to work and we'd be gone for 5 days. Just we're on the whole time. So he's hanging with it. The interesting part about all this was, so Jackson Street Studio is there. Like I told you, all these Tupac Shakur was there. He's with that band called Digital Underground.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he was their roadie. He would say, Michael, you have any food? I said, if you unload my truck. I watched him eat a whole cake one night with a pair of drumsticks.
That's beautiful. Holy shit.
And all this is just going on, just like
Yeah.
a normal thing.
That's just
there's a bar that we're not selling liquor, but we could sit there and just bring some food in.
Yeah.
A fireplace. All these guys would sit up there, and Tim would come. Hey, Mike, Greg Allman's in the law. Greg Allman. Yeah, he's right up. I mean, the people that come through there were just incredible. So we have this kitchen, and it's perfect. It's right in the middle of Chinatown. In Chinatown in Oakland, that's the big Chinatown.
I was saying, I don't
Nobody
remember
goes to San
Chinatown.
Francisco Chinatown unless you want to buy a T-shirt. That's all they sell over there, souvenir.
Yeah, like the Chinatown proper of San Francisco, that's kind of touristy.
It's all it is.
When I was there, Clement Street out there, that was like, that's Chinatown also.
Oh,
and
they
that
were,
was
they
the
were
place.
doing all kinds
That's where
of
the
stuff,
food
but
was.
all that left.
Right on.
And it went to Oakland.
Oakland.
In fact, the people that lived in San Francisco Chinatown, they'll come to Oakland to shop in Oakland Chinatown.
Right
Bustling.
Yeah.
And our kitchen's right in the center of this whole place. And we're going along, and I don't have any legal paperwork to do this. First of all, you can't get to me. I have layers and layers and layers of security.
Yeah,
to get
man.
to me. I mean, I got ex-San Francisco police gardens to get to me.
Yeah, man.
But this one day, we're at the Oakland Coliseum, And we have our little restaurant set up in Haight-Ashbury Philly Clinic. They're right next door. And this woman comes up to me and she goes, "Is that stuff yours over there?" I go, "Yeah." She says, "Who are you?" I said, "Well, who are you?"
Who the fuck are you?
She says, "I'm Joe Blow from the health department. I'm going to need to see some paperwork."
Oh.
Well, we used to live in their day. Paperwork? We don't need no stinky paperwork.
Yeah, man.
We're back. We don't need it. Well, and that started the whole deal of now I have to get totally legitimate. And I do.
Yeah.
I put tons of money into this thing.
Absolutely.
And we bring this thing up to code. The odd part about it all is we're doing a show this weekend. It's Genesis. It was a big deal at the time. Outdoor show.
Oh, yeah.
We've been down there for days on end. Friday night, I get my paperwork. And I'm really proud. I mean, I've been doing this for 15 years. I never had any stinking paperwork. Now I got all this. Look at it. I'm totally legitimate. This is a Friday night. We do the show. It's a big show. And now it's time now the show's starting to break down. So we're still going to be there for days on end.
Yeah.
But we can go home a little bit here and there. So it's my turn to go home for about 4 hours. I go home, I'm sleeping, and the phone rings. And I always hate it when the phone rings because it's
Familiar with
always gonna
that.
be trouble.
Yeah.
And I hear the wife say, "Oh, no. Oh, my God, no." And I go, "Oh, God, what have they done now?" And it's Tim. This is Sunday, 2 days after I got in the paperwork. And he says, "There's been a fire. The kitchen caught on fire."
Fuck.
You're kidding me. Isn't there? Nobody's hurt. But what had happened was, I go home to take a rest. We're starting to bring stuff back into the kitchen because most of the stuff we take out of the kitchen to take down to the show. We have stoves that are on wheels, and we're bringing it all back. Well, Tim's got a load, bringing it in, and the kids are bringing the stuff in and out. And this one kid comes and he's got a box of paper goods, and he sets it on top of the stove, and they leave.
Gas stove?
Gas stove.
Pilot light? Fuck. I've seen it more than once.
Okay. This is Sunday. I've only had paperwork for 2 days. 2 days, and there's been a fire. Well, what happens is the fire department came. First of all, the guy smells smoke in the front of the building. He said, "Oh, Michael's back there cooking. I'll see if I can get some food." So he goes back there, opens the door of the kitchen, and it's all in flames.
Fuck.
He calls the fire department. It just so happened they're just down the street on the corner, and they were there Friday, looking at some electrical stuff, so they kind of knew the layout. Plus, I would stop off, and if I had some leftover food, I'd drop it off
Take
at the
care of
fire
homies,
department. So
yeah.
they kind of knew me and
Yeah.
stuff. So they just put the fire out and left. Well, legally, they're supposed
Yeah,
to,
they
they're
gotta
supposed to
report.
call the health
Yeah,
department.
absolutely, yeah.
Well, they just put it out and left. Well, by Monday comes around, the health department got wind of it. They come down. Now the fire, and they're screaming at each other. Why didn't you call us? Well, it was Mike. We just put it out because it's Mike.
Beautiful.
We don't care
Yeah,
what
man.
it- 'Cause, man, once they found out, they taped it all off again because they came and sprayed all these chemicals.
Yeah.
It didn't eat into the walls, but from the smoke and everything, it burnt. And I had no insurance for the contents.
Yeah.
Had it for the building, but not for the content. And I just had tens of thousands of dollars into this thing, and now I can't work in it anymore because the health department has put me out of business. They tape it all up until I take everything out and repaint and. Because they spray chemicals in there and all that jazz. So that was not too long after Bill died. So things were on a real downhill world
Yeah.
at that point. So
A series of unfortunate events.
Yeah. That's about where Tim and I kind of got off because there's been years in between. But Tim, that I mentioned, Tim was the one that watched the last podcast in South America.
Right on.
He'd been looking for me for years and years.
Wild.
And all of a sudden, I still don't know how they got a hold of that in South America, but they did.
YouTube, it's everywhere.
Yeah, I know. But
I mean, the AO show, we're global.
yeah, it is.
Worldwide.
He calls you, calls me, and the first conversation is, "You have a passport?" Yeah. And we're really happy to hear from each other.
I'm sure, yeah.
I had a really deep feeling for him, but just there was a lot of stuff, the fire, bills going down. I'm working every day to do shows, and I'm losing thousands of dollars because I don't even know what salt and pepper shakers are.
Yeah.
It's all in that fire.
Yeah, man.
So he'd seen the podcast, and within a matter of a couple of weeks, there was a ticket for me to go to Peru. And I did. We went down there. And this is all because of you, Joey and Charlie, and because without this going down, Tim and I would have never made that connection.
That's beautiful.
And it was one of the most incredible experiences of my life. I mean,
Beautiful.
experiences like this only come around once or twice in a lifetime. I mean, not just to see Peru. That was like the bonus, but to meet up with my old friend.
Your
and it was-
homies, yeah.
And it was like I just seen him yesterday.
That's
There was
awesome.
none of that, it was just,
Did you guys fall out because of that fire?
just a half. We were just, as Tim said, we were doing so many shows, and it was just nuts at the end. But Bill dies, the fire. There was friction at the
Yeah.
end, and we just kind of went. I stopped doing it after a point. I couldn't.
Burnout.
Yeah, and I should have
literal
stopped at
sense,
that point. I went back and tried to rebuild the kitchen.
Wow.
I'd taken money I probably didn't have because I just spent it all to bring it up to code the first time.
Sounds like running a restaurant. Yeah.
I'll tell you a story. The fire. The fire happened on Sunday. We go back there on Monday. And when I go back there, Tim's with me. And there's a man and the kid that put the box paper goods on the stove. We knew who did it. There was no question what had happened. Who did it? There was no question in my mind why it happened. But he's there with this older man. So we walk in, and the man says, I'm this boy's father. I'm so-and-so, and I'm a lawyer. And I said, oh, that's good. Well, I'm Michael McClernon. I'm a cook.
Proper. Nice.
Go upstairs and talk, And I walk him right through. He sees the whole place is burnt out. What he's there for, I owe this kid $20 because he worked for me. And But at this point, my place had just gone up in fire because this knucklehead basically never went home when he got off work. Decided to stay down at the show all night and party and not get any sleep and do drugs and all that sort of business. And he was not in his right mind. If he would have went home and slept like everybody else, he probably wouldn't have done. So his dad's there to say, well, you owe my son $20. And I go, yeah, I know I do, but I don't know what I'm going to do about it. He says, well, Michael, you're a businessman. You have to take things like I said, I'm aware of that. I'm aware it comes with risks. But let me tell you, if your son had not done what he had done, and this kid was an artist, he's on his way to go to the best art school in New York City. Dad, the best art school. In fact, he does these religious paintings, the crucifix, the God. The only thing, if you look closer, this kid is painting himself on the crucifix. Like Jesus.
Okay.
So he's going to art school. That's all he talked about. So as I'm telling his dad, if your son paid attention and I guess they'd had trouble with the kid before. And he told Dad he wasn't doing drugs anymore. He's going to go to school. After I tell his dad the real story, he looks at him and says, well, is this true? Go ahead, tell your dad the truth.
Yeah.
Bring him down here to get $20 out of
Yeah.
it. You caused me $50,000 worth of damage. His dad says, that nice art school you were going to go to? Well, you're not going to that school anymore. That's all out now.
Wow.
I said, I'm going to tell you the kind of guy I am. You could see the damage that has happened. Yeah, no, I take it. I'm a business guy. But he wasn't thinking clearly.
Yeah.
Because he was doing bad things. But to show the kind of guy I owe you $20. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 10. And now you people need to leave.
Give you half.
I never seen him again after that. With
Sound
that
guy.
story,
Bananas.
Yeah.
And Tim went on to have a restaurant in, what was it, New Mexico, you said?
A couple of places.
Oh, he had a couple
So
places.
he goes down to, as the story goes, to Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Okay.
And they do really well down there. And they get a second restaurant in Santa Fe.
Oh, wow.
And, they get tied up with, Mark Miller's old place, the Coyote Cafe.
Oh, wow, big
and
time,
And
yeah.
I've been down, I worked
Yeah.
out, I knew Mark Miller from Berkeley. I went down and I cooked with him down there. I was a guest chef down there one time. So he's down there doing really well. and they're doing really well. So they decide they're gonna get even bigger. They're gonna go into New Orleans, in the heart of New Orleans, and open up a big restaurant. That takes balls.
yeah.
I mean, they're in there with Emerald.
I would
all
say
the big
that's
names.
high
You know,
times Emerald.
Yeah, you're walking into this, a snake pit. These guys have been doing this for generations down
Yeah.
there.
Brennan family.
And they get big money. Suppose they get Robert De Niro money. I guess one of the kids' dad was a financier in New York. Gives Robert to put a bunch of money. They put together a really big place. They're going for the big times, right in the heart of it all. And as soon as they get it open, COVID hits, the pandemic,
Oh, shit.
and they lost everything. It just, the whole thing went down. They couldn't survive it. They just couldn't get it up.
That's a story.
They put so much money into it, and nobody's going out, and so they went.
Uh-oh. What was that? Something just flew off. Was that a bracelet?
I think so. I see it.
Did you see it?
Right there. All right, drop. We can find it in a bit.
Technical difficulties. Oh, I got it.
It's the only thing. So yeah, Tim went down, and he became a pretty good chef. I remember getting some write-ups, that he'd send me from the newspaper.
Oh, nice.
And he always was so good to me. He said, "Oh man, everything I got from you, and blah blah blah," and is really nice.
And then when it came to you, he wasn't a cook.
No, not
Would
at all.
you? And then
He just-
I mean, after working together for so long, he probably did some cooking
Yeah,
stuff,
it was
right?
just him. I mean, he was my main guy.
So it was like
we were
introduction
almost
to his
inseparable
food
for years and years and years.
So he came in non-cook, worked with you, became a cook, and then went on to do.
Yeah, and he was also
restaurants.
doing like all the paperwork for me, things I didn't do well. He
Oh.
would, he would write the payroll and just
Oh, he's getting a real education.
real education. And
Bananas.
he likes it. He likes the business. And I guess as the story goes, after the Peruvian or after the thing in New Orleans, I guess he goes down to Peru for a vacation. He just went down there for a vacation. I take it somebody he worked with in New Orleans, probably lived there, and said, "Come on down."
Yeah.
And he does. That was 14 years ago when he went down for it. He never came back. Worked in some restaurants down there, and one thing led to another. Now he owns his own place down there.
Which we got all the swag. Thanks,
Grab
Tim.
the swag and we'll show it off here.
Timoteos,
Timoteo,
Pisac,
yeah.
Cuzco, Peru.
And it's a beautiful thing.
Thanks, Tim, for all the swag, baby.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Tim.
it, man.
And not only has he got this restaurant, but he's woven himself into the society down there.
That's what it looks like
he's-
by all the
he's
pictures you
he's
sent.
like,
Yeah.
godfather to children down there. You'd be sitting in his house and the door opens up, and the kids just walk in, and it kind of reminded me as a kid. I'd walk down the streets with my grandfather, and my grandfather knew everybody in town.
Old school. Nice.
Old school.
Yeah.
And you walk down the street in Tim's town, and he knows pretty much everybody.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And
That's good to
it's
see
a
that still
beautiful
around.
little town. It's like I said, why do they have these brooms in front of the doors? That means they're closed. They've gone to lunch. They don't lock their doors. They just put
Put the broom on it?
Yeah.
I like that.
It's a beautiful place.
Nice. And how long were you there?
I was there 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks in Peru.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And we were on the move all the time. I cooked with the kids down there, and he really looks after the kids that work for him. He helps them with their culinary school and braces, whatever they need.
Good.
He's there.
Nice.
It's a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, we got some photos. We could, there's a bunch of photos. We'll put them all up on the Patreon so people can see them there.
This is my
And you can
favorite
go through 'em.
picture. This is my favorite. So I had just arrived in Cuzco. You would think this
There's
is
a
big
jillion fucking
festival.
people out there,
yeah,
man.
They're practicing for the big thing, which I believe is going to be the Inca New Year's.
Okay.
But they're in dress rehearsal. There's bands with people in tuxedo. But I just noticed at this time, this picture's they're bringing the Virgin out of the church.
Oh, it's like a Catholic type thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
they're
right on.
marching her up and down, and they've got brass bands going on. And
A real
the
festival.
The whole schmeal.
I'm guessing that church is not a new church either. It's probably
I
been
think
there
about
since-
1,500. Yeah, the Spanish, they build big and old. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
History.
It's real history down there.
That's a great photo, man.
And
I dig that.
I had just arrived. I mean, I'd been there a day, but I had just arrived and I just met up with Tim right here.
Nice.
Yeah.
What a place to meet. There's his restaurant.
That's the restaurant.
Nice. Beautiful. Where's that at?
This is at Machu Picchu.
That looks like some kind of stadium you're at there.
Yeah, no, this is the headquarters for the elite Incas. This is where the big daddies lived.
Machu Picchu. And you climbed up that?
Yeah.
That's not a small hike.
Well, we're hiking around there. It took us taxi rides, train. Even if you live there, this is not easy to get to. It took us a couple of days to get there.
No shit.
But the beauty is you take a taxi and you take other ride, and then you take a train for a couple hours, and the train stops in this town, and this town has hotels and restaurants.
Oh, it's a little touristy, right on?
Yeah, because that's where the train ends.
Yeah.
The next day, then you take the windy road up to the site. So
Wow.
and they also have all these mineral springs there, these tubs with hot water. So you just like lay in the tubs and go out to dinner and stay at a nice hotel. And the next day we went to Machu Picchu.
Sounds delightful.
It really was. That's a church in town.
That is the old school ornate church.
Big churches.
Yeah, man. What is that? Oh, that
That's
looks
an
like
that's
dinner.
an oven that's 200. You think you have a fancy oven up there?
I mean, this is
No,
an
dude.
oven.
But this oven's 200 years old. This is the community oven. So you bake stuff up and you bring it down to this site, and you can use this oven to.
And that's the story I tell people about how villages used to have one communal oven.
That's what this was. It's over 200 years old.
Yeah,
this
because
oven.
not everybody had the cooking facilities in their house. So you'd
Exactly.
make something, take it down there, and a baker would just bake everything.
That's
and you
what-
come back and pick it up later.
that's
And
what
they
they
still
do.
do that.
They still do it.
That's fucking beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
I love that.
Still do.
Like, I'd eat a half dozen of those just walking home. I'd have to get 2 dozen just to keep me for the day. That looks delicious. I want to eat that, whatever that is. Especially out of a 200-year-old oven. What's that, some cactuses? They got cactus down there and everything.
This is in Cuzco, which was the capital of the Inca civilization when they were doing their business up there.
Wild.
They do stonework. This is interesting.
Yeah, what's going on
The
here?
number one, this is all made out of household products. If you notice, those are toilet paper rolls, paper towel rolls, all made out of stuff from the house. But down below, you see
Yeah, we're making tortillas?
2 white guys and 2 Peruvian ladies. The Peruvian ladies are running this. They're making blue corn tortillas there. And they're
Delicious.
packaging them up and selling them.
Oh, it's the business. Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
The guy that put it together is the guy with the white hair there, and he's about my age.
He's not from Peru.
No,
He's a white guy.
He's from the Bay Area.
He's from the Bay Area.
It gets even kookier. Now he's from the Bay Area. He's from my town. And now he's from my town. He lived on the same street.
Shut
that I
the
lived
fuck
on
up.
At the, we believe at the same time. I mean, what are the chances of that?
And you met this guy in Peru.
I met him. Well, I meet him at Tim's restaurant, and Tim meets me to, they introduced me. He said, where are you from? I'm from America. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we're in America, from the Bay Area. I just happen to have a Bay Area. I'm from the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
Same town. And then when I go to his shop, he tells me where in town. That was my street. That's the same street I lived
Wild.
on.
What's that guy's name? You remember his
I
name?
forget his name.
Wild, man. I want to eat
But
some
he's
tortillas,
really an
though.
intelligent guy. He went all through Mexico and studied how to make tortillas. I mean, he took it to a whole nother level.
Nice.
But he's got his little shop. He does that. I think he makes some tortillas there. It's
Nice.
not a
Blue corn,
restaurant.
too.
They're they're making these by hand.
Yeah,
They're rolling
tortilla,
them up.
yeah.
They're pressing them down by hand.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Okay, this is where we have to stop for a minute.
Okay.
So this little gentleman here.
He's all done up.
He's all
dressed
dolled up with
yeah.
a nice haircut.
In the restaurant,
And a
clearly, because there's
haircut.
mats.
And a
Yeah.
haircut. You'll see other pictures of him. I didn't go down there as a tourist. I really went down to see my friend.
Yeah.
That was the deal. But then it just happened to be Peru and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But he's Inca. And in the Inca civilization, boys do not cut their hair for the first 3 years of their life.
Okay.
Okay, so just keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
I get down to Tim's town. We come into his town. I don't even go to his house. They rush me over to this, and so much as he's telling me, and I'm watching all this stuff going on. And in Cusco, they got the virgins out and brass bands.
Yeah.
It's just like coming at me.
Sensory overload.
They take me to his birthday party. He's having a birthday. It's his 3rd birthday.
Okay. Oh, haircut time. Right on.
There's a stool there with a pair of scissors, and guess who's going to cut his hair? Me. They've been waiting for me to cut his hair.
What are you, some kind of barber?
No, I'm some kind of uncle now. I become like.
Oh, you become like in the-
Yes.
Oh,
the
shit.
guy the people that cut his hair become watch.
Oh, that's like old school tribal shit. That's beautiful.
Old school stuff. Yeah. So since I can't be around, I put cash on the line. I put some cash for the schooling down the line. But
Beautiful.
yeah, so I cut his hair, along with they're giving me plates of food, big piles of potatoes. I'm in this. All of a sudden, I'm saying to myself, Michael, you're not in Kansas.
South Kansas, Peru,
And
Kansas.
the kids are all looking at me. Maybe because I'm probably one of the only white guys there.
Wow.
But
That's a
yeah,
wild story,
I
man.
cut his hair.
Beautiful.
I think there's some pictures in it.
Yeah, man. Mr. Cooey.
You know what they do there?
They grill
Guinea pig restaurant. Hey, guinea pigs. There's a whole.
Like Ratatouille, the chef
this
is
is guinea pigs. They cook guinea pig here.
they cook it.
Yeah, it's a
To eat it.
It's a delicacy there.
How to taste.
Well, maybe like chicken. I had it, but I didn't know what. When I was cutting his hair, because it's a celebration.
Yeah.
It was on my plate, but there was also chicken too, so I couldn't really. And I'm moving things around.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's in.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
There's a number in case you want to get the Uber Eats
Yeah,
delivered right to your house in
guinea pig to
Vancouver.
go.
That's wild. Look at the mascot. They serve that.
But it's
and he's
great
also a
protein.
chef.
It's good. It's like where they have the iguana and it's
Places people eat
and,
food.
and it's more expensive. Like we'll just say a chicken costs $5,
Hmm?
a guinea pig would cost $10. So it's higher on the.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, how many guinea pigs you got to eat to get full?
I'm not
Like
sure.
a guinea pig cutlet sandwich.
I'm not sure.
With mozzarella.
I'm not sure.
Maybe
But as
quote the menu,
as
say,
I'm
yeah.
coming into town, they're getting ready for a big celebration. 2 weeks. Remember I said they're practicing. Well, the big event is, I guess it's the Inca New Year's. Mm-hmm. And it also has to do with the planting of the corn. So they're out in the fields and they're building ovens out of the dirt.
Oh, the cob ovens?
Fields. Yeah. So they're going to be cooking guinea pigs and having big celebrations during the.
Sounds like the right time to go to Peru. You
Well,
really
I
hit the
just
pocket, man.
got out of Peru. So Tim lives right in town. He walks back and forth. So there's so much going on during the actual event itself that he opens the door to us from his house, and there's people selling stuff. The whole
wow.
thing. How do I? And they say, "Come back tomorrow, senor."
Beautiful. Mr. Cooey, nice. Church?
That was the pools. These are natural pools at this town. So these are all like big giant hot tubs.
Oh, there's the hot springs.
There's a hot spring
Oh.
in the town. Next stop, Machu Picchu. We're spending the night in this town. So you
Nice.
just go there and
Go and
you
get a little-
lounge
get a little
around.
hot bath in there?
Oh yeah, and you just melt away
I'm sure.
and have a really nice dinner and beautiful hotel and
Beautiful.
yeah.
Old stone, too.
Look at these hats. I love the hats.
I like the hats, too. Look at it. I mean, all colorful clothes. You got a fancy little donkey back there. What the fuck is that thing?
I think that's alpaca.
Alpaca.
Yeah.
Right on.
It's alpaca.
They're just chilling.
Yeah,
Look at all
more
these things.
alpaca. Remember we were talking about the fair?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is another night of, they love to party. And if you have a birthday, it's like you're probably going to get 3 birthday cakes in a day.
Mm-hmm. Delicious.
You
My kind
write,
of place.
You write down, and you see all this like old world stuff that's been around from turn of the century, the buildings,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll come across, a pastry shop, all these modern
Yes, I will.
cakes.
Beautiful.
I went to but they're going to have bands, food. They're actually auctioning these little babies off up there. Where my friend lives in Pisac, that town is, I believe, 11,000 feet elevation.
Did you experience any altitude?
I was huffing and puffing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I had a
Right.
bag of coca leaves. I never chewed them, though.
You
They
didn't?
sell them everywhere. Yeah, I never got around to it. But we actually went up to 14,000 feet at one time. I was really,
Yeah, you probably feel it.
you really feel
Yeah,
it.
that's
That's
more
really,
than a mile high.
That's really high up there.
That's bananas. Coca leaves, yeah.
Yeah,
You
well,
sell them everywhere in the market, big bags of them.
When my mom went
and then they
to-
make tea. You buy they look like chocolate. They
Really?
come in tea or candy bars. Or,
Go down to Whole Foods and get
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little bump of chotch, climb a mountain.
I think Tim told me you can actually
saying.
legally have a little bit of actual cocaine. A personal stash.
Check that box for Peru.
Yeah.
Yeah, when my mom went to Chile, they were just handing out leaves at the airport to tourists. Like, here, you're gonna need this. Like,
No shit.
Well, what they say on one of the podcasts, either take coca leaves or Viagra.
Yeah.
They both work the same.
Oh, it's a vasodilator. Oh, that makes
Yeah, yeah.
sense. Yeah, but
Makes
you
the
gotta.
blood flow a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Well, what? All right.
If
Whatever you gotta do.
if viewers remember the previous video where we talked about Peru, I inserted
That's where that came from, yeah.
from a little clip of Top Gear where they're driving through
Oh, that's right.
Chile.
Yeah, they had
taking Viagra.
condoms.
Condoms.
What were they driving with? It was condoms, something else, and Viagra.
I can't remember what the
Okay.
Something to seal it up, and
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, to keep you dilated. Mm-hmm. That's what you need. All right, what else we got here? What is that thing?
Some sort of musical instrument.
Oh, it's like a harp.
Yeah.
I didn't see what was going on there. That's a wild thing. A lot of reverberation on that.
Yeah,
board
I've
there.
only seen one of those guys. This was in
Wow.
Cuzco.
Nice, dude. It looks.
Corn.
I'll see people.
Many kinds of corn
I
down
love
there.
this.
They have 4,000 varieties of potatoes there. They plant them by elevation.
Right? People are like, oh, white corn, yellow corn. When you mix it, it's GMO. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know how many different kinds of corn there are? That is a beautiful fucking picture. Look
Yeah.
at that, dude.
Just-
I love
It
that.
comes in, and they make lots of drinks. See the black corn down there? They
Yeah.
actually make that drink down there. It's really, really good. It's refreshing.
Yeah, and they're not all the same size and shape. This
Yeah,
is like,
no, they're not-
That's how
they don't all
food
look-
should
yeah.
fucking look.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
In
I love
America,
that.
they learned how to take all the nutrition, but they look all exactly the same.
Exactly, right? Yeah, the GMO type stuff. That is clearly not modified in any way, shape, or form. And 4,000 different kinds of potatoes are big potato people down there,
Big
right?
potato.
where
big
they're from.
potato.
Yeah,
And like I said, they planted by the elevation.
like different
The
ones grow
different
different ones. Yeah, beautiful. I love that photo.
That's the guy cut his hair. So he's
done up.
practicing he's in the plaza that night.
Yeah, man.
And you know what's great? There's no daycare centers down there.
Yeah, the people take care of each other.
There's no old folks home. In fact, when you have to go to work, well, you call your sister. She can't take care of the kid. You call your mom. She can't take care of him. You just bring the kid to work.
Yeah.
This is how they do it. That's
As it should
how
be.
they do it.
Beautiful. All done up. Tortillas.
The guy lived on the same street I lived on.
That's wild, man.
And Tim and this gentleman met over a Grateful Dead show. They were both Grateful Dead fans, out of all things.
Bringing people together since
That's what brought 'em
1960s. Look at this. And then she got a little baby, what is that, alpaca?
Alpaca, yeah.
Right on.
Oh.
I like those hats, too. What is that?
Size of pork.
Just cooking on the street.
No, they're going to have a big fair that night. They're going to have music, food, drinking.
I mean, that's how you
Like
cook
a
food,
county
man.
fair.
Look at that.
They're
That's
partying all the time. There's all-
happiness is a pig and a pile of wood.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You don't need no fancy device.
We ate big hunks of meat that night.
No fucking sous vide.
Big hunks of meat.
I would eat. That makes my mouth fucking sweaty right there. I want to eat that. Yeah. Take a hunk of that, throw it in that tortilla, you're good to go. The place looks impeccably clean.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it looks like a
they're
fancy
still
modern
using
city.
stuff from hundreds of years ago, like the walls. The Incas, they were very much into building. putting
Clearly, yeah.
But with no cement. They just cut the rocks where they fit. So they're what you can't even get a credit card in between. And they're still using these walls and stairways.
Built to last.
Yeah.
Wild.
That's what's interesting about Machu Picchu. They built that place and they knew about earthquakes. And they used that in their calculations so their little empire didn't crumble on them. They knew about this.
wild.
Yeah.
I love that shit. Look at that, man. These guys.
This is in the plaza. They're practicing. So this is everybody's walking around, singing and dancing, practicing for the big event coming up in a couple.
And this is nighttime. It looks a little chilly
yeah, this
there
is
at night. Yeah.
no, it's never cold there.
No?
It's like the fall is all day, all the time.
Beautiful. I love that.
This is the dude right here that discovered. Well, I say Machu Picchu. His name is Benjamin Binghamton. He was a professor in Cambridge University. So he's looking for, I think, a thing called the City of Gold.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
There, he's out there looking for it. He can't find it. And this little farmer kid comes up and says, "Hey, senor, you want to see something? Come over here, I'll show you." He takes him. Well, the jungle had taken over Machu Picchu. And supposedly they still had the bowls, wrote the stuff was still there. And he collected it all up and immediately ships it all back to Cambridge.
Yeah. Now it's in some
Peru is
museum.
still probably calling every day, go, "When are you bringing our stuff back?"
Hey, man, you took our dinner plates, guy. No offense to your people, Charles. I know. Just,
And then what Tim told me, I never thought about it, but like this site, they call it an archaeological site.
Yeah.
Because the Spanish never found it. If the Spanish found it, they call them ruins because the Spanish find it and they ruin it.
No shit.
Yeah, that's where that comes from.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, I asked him, I said,
He looks happy, too.
nah, I think he was a jerk. I said, Tim, this guy, well, you know, the Peruvian showed him where everything was, and he basically raped and pillaged them.
took
I said,
everything.
did he treat the Peruvian people well? No, he didn't.
Sounds about right, unfortunately.
So they got all these rock sections. So Michael, you have to have a guide to get up there now. Before the pandemic, it used to be you just go up there and you can wander around.
Okay.
And after the pandemic, they decided we can't do that.
Can't do that anymore?
We
All right.
need to. So you literally have to go through this with a guide. So Tim and I had a guide, and he knows everything about this place. But Michael says, "How do you get all the rocks up here?"
Good
That's
question.
a good question, Senor. We don't know. Nobody knows.
Because that ain't a small amount
But all that
of rocks. That's a lot.
This is just
Just
stacked
fits
on
together.
top of each
That's
other.
beautiful, dude.
And
Look at that.
they found this place in
And they left a window.
1910, but this is where the high end. This is where all the big daddies lived.
Right on.
Yeah,
Clearly,
and
they
the
got
Spanish
windows and
never
stuff.
found it.
Look at that. This water's coming down the steps.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that meant for water? Or is that like?
Yeah.
I mean, that looks like some kind
Yeah,
of
it's
aqueduct
probably
type
some
thing.
sort of aqueduct.
Yeah. Wow.
They're practicing for the big night.
Everybody's out on the balconies and everything.
Oh, it was a beautiful thing, and the kids are just running around. You know, here, you know, the mothers. Where's the kid? You know, there they just play like
Good.
kids.
Nice.
The boogeyman's not.
The
Well,
boogeyman.
there's the boogeyman. Never. He looks like a nice boogeyman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Wild.
Potatoes.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm fucking talking about.
And there's so many potatoes. The train going
Make
up
a
there.
rail. Nice. That's a great photo.
Yeah.
My guy,
Yeah, we
that's
are.
good. Look at that.
You know, a month before this, I was just home minding my own business, you know? In Vancouver, Washington.
And these are all like, so that's not carved out. These are all just rocks.
No,
that are
yeah,
stacked
and they
built in.
carve them and stack them on, and they fit like a warm glove.
Damn, dude.
There's the tortillas that they package up and sell around town.
Nice. Oof. That's intimidating.
So this is literally in the jungle. This
Yeah.
is the high jungle, I believe they call
You're in the
it.
fucking clouds.
Yeah, you're in
Above the
jungle.
trees.
Actually, this is very. I think this is only 9,000 feet.
Only 9,000 feet.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Some people got an airplane for that.
Okay, more tortillas, more tortillas.
So something I learned. She
What
this
that?
is her
She's got
store.
Lots of stuff.
Just
Maca-
grains, beans, and
Maca negra.
stuff. But when you ask if you can take your picture, this is what they do. Oh,
Nice.
okay. Wait.
I mean, I
Okay,
do that
I'm
too.
ready now.
Booger check, everything. Nice. Good. Yeah, a little bodega store.
They're really
I love
happy,
it.
and these people treated me so well. down
Beautiful.
there. I mean, I'm just a little old man. I've had my 15 minutes of fame. I'd walk down the street, and Tim would say, "This is Chef Michael."
Nice.
The Chef Michael?
The chef.
Yeah, this is. Oh my God! You know, I'm looking. Are you talking about me? I've been sitting at the restaurant.
Superstar.
The kids will come and pull, and they've done drawings of me. You know, they've been drawing with. Tim said, my friend's going to come make some pictures of. So they take and make pictures, and they've come up and.
Beautiful.
I was treated like a rock star down there. I was.
You are a rock
I was
star.
blown away.
Beautiful, man. That's a wild
Just
picture
blown
too,
away.
man. Look at that shit.
No cement.
Don't need it. You do it right, you don't need it.
They don't need
Look
it.
at that. Wild,
And the
dude.
Spanish never found it. They never made their way up there.
There you go. They got names for it and everything. That's what I want to eat, man.
It's another world.
You just
down
eat
there.
you just eat corn and potatoes all the time,
Yeah.
and slabs of pork on the street. What else you need?
You know, all the stuff that goes on here, all the politics, and all,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it just goes. None of that makes any difference down there
Yeah.
at all. It just doesn't make any difference.
Beautiful, old school. I dig it. Wild.
I think that's the real money. That's the picture you see of Machu Picchu that's on all the postcards. It's the money shot.
Yeah, man. First-hand delivery. Look at that. Bingo.
That's the picture the kid drew of me. So before I got down there, Tim shows him pictures of me, and that's my bike next to me.
Nice.
So I'm just sitting there, and this kid comes up, and he's pulling my shirt. Chef Michael, what's this?
Beautiful.
My God, you know?
Awesome. Windows, looking out the windows of Machu
Yeah.
Picchu. I love it.
No cement.
That's wild, dude.
And they farm there. They did a lot of farming.
It was tiered farming, right?
They ate well there.
That's. I mean, there was
This
probably
is
a lot
while-
of people you got to feed.
This
too.
is while the kings were living. This is, you know,
Nice. Beautiful.
this is Knob Hill.
Nice.
Big hill.
I can dig it, man.
And now it's still in use today.
Is that just water going right through the city?
Water going through the city.
Well designed. Look
Yeah.
at that.
God knows how old that is.
Ay, ay, ay. Charlie, you ever been to Peru, Charles?
No, I would love to
A
go.
little off-site
We're on the
Peruvian
Peruvian Railroad.
podcast. All the cocoa leaves you could eat.
They got bags of them down there.
Yeah, man.
Bags of them.
Beautiful. So would you go back to Peru?
Oh, I am going back.
You are going back.
Yeah, oh, yeah. My friend lives down.
Yeah.
This is 14,000 feet right here.
Taking a breather. at
So Tim and
14,000.
this is one of the best things that happened to both of us. I mean, this reconnection thing was
Beautiful,
just
man.
it was one of the most heartwarming things I could have ever come across.
I mean, it's beautiful, man. It's a
And
tearjerker every time I hear it. Yeah.
He's a true bro. You know,
That's beautiful.
I've never been looked after or felt so much cared for in my life as when I was
Beautiful.
down there. So Tim's gonna supposedly, his mother lives in the Bay Area.
Okay.
He comes and visits her as much as he can.
Yeah.
It sounds like about every other year, every year.
Mm-hmm.
So the deal is, hopefully he's going to come here in the fall. Come to my place,
Okay.
Vancouver, Washington.
Right on.
And then we're going to take the train up to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple of museums we want to see up there. They've got the big totem poles. Tim loves all this stuff.
Right on.
And then we're going to take probably a bus from Seattle to Port Angeles.
Oh, okay.
And then you catch a ferry, Port Angeles, it'll take you right into Vancouver, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just going to go there and eat our way around town.
I hear there's some good food.
Yeah, it's about a 3-hour trip. It's like a cruise. They got restaurants on there, real comfortable. And
Delicious.
We'll stay a few days, and then I'll come home, and he'll fly down to the Bay Area to see his mom.
A real reconnection of homes.
And then the
I
next
dig it,
time
man.
I'll go back down there. I figure maybe about a year and a half. I'll go
It'll
back
still
down
be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah. This time we'll
Beautiful.
go. This time I told him I'm going to go deeper in the jungle, and he shows me these cages. They look like cages, like Nashville small. How come you got the cages? You don't want to be sleeping on the ground here because things will start crawling on you. So when you sleep, you put yourself in these little
Yeah,
cages.
I respect
and-
that. Yeah, you don't want
I don't want no spiders.
a hand-sized spider
Oh,
on your
they got,
face
they
when you wake
got
up.
snakes. They
make
got
scary
every
movies
kind of
about
creepy
that
crawl
shit.
in the world.
Yeah, man.
You got Black Panthers there.
Black Panthers.
Something
Yeah.
like that. One
I
of
mean,
them.
yeah, some kind of giant cat will
They got
eat
big
you.
cats.
Jaguars, yeah.
Wild. Awesome. It looks like you had a good time, a nice
it was
vacation.
one of the time of my life.
Beautiful.
Black corn.
I love that, man.
That's what they make the drink out of. I'm a happy little old man.
Success right there,
I'm
my
a
guy.
happy little old man.
That is beautiful.
Notice Michael has a hat.
Yeah, he does.
I didn't come with a hat, though.
Beautiful.
So I got the hat. See, everybody's got a hat,
Yeah.
except the guy next to me.
Yeah.
He used to have that hat. So Tim goes to take the picture. I don't have a hat. Tim don't know this guy. Tim walks up to him, takes his hat off, and puts it on, and back and takes the picture.
Beautiful. Yeah,
He
man.
doesn't seem to mind.
No.
Mike has no hat. This is in the center of town right here. This is Saturday night, and they all have their costumes on. It's I guess like dress rehearsal.
Yeah.
Anyway, for excuse for another party.
Yeah. I could dig it.
Saturday night, they're dressing up.
Beautiful, man. Yeah, they're all done up.
Everybody's dolled up, but they all got the phones. Everybody got the phone.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even notice until you said it. Look at that. Yeah. Age of technology.
She's literally weaving this stuff on the street.
Yeah. Decorated. No garbage. No nothing.
It's a beautiful place.
No cars even.
She does a lot of the management for his restaurant. Just lovely, lovely people.
Beautiful.
And he had hyped me up so much, you know. And it's just, Michael, your footprints all over down here. And, yeah. And so he says, you have to show the kids something when you're down here. So I decided to make a galette.
Yeah.
And
you
something
did
I
like a
could
cooking
teach
class,
them.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, well, one day I made it. So I go on the YouTube and I look in the market to see what they have. That's my favorite picture, though. These are just old gals out for Saturday night.
Doing it up.
Look at them all dolled up in these
Out on the
hats.
town.
I know I have a picture of the galette here somewhere. So
I mean, we got one upstairs that you recreated.
And that's my second favorite. These
Beautiful.
kids are just so gorgeous.
Yeah, man. Wow.
So I'm making galette.
Okay.
I make it two
Yeah.
kinds. I make a savory one and a sweet one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I figured I could teach them something, and they can make many things. I don't like just to teach a recipe. You
Exactly.
can get that
yeah.
in a book,
Mhm.
but teach a technique, something. So I did. But I got to tell you, I was more nervous making galette for these kids than I was cooking for the President of the United States. That's the truth. I was a wreck.
Beautiful.
But once they all came out, I didn't know how the altitude would work, but.
Oh, yeah. The ovens are all different and everything. Yeah.
She's actually going to open up a bakery. She's going to school right now and collecting stuff, and she lives very high up in the mountains, and she's going to open her own little bakery up.
Beautiful.
And she's got the touch.
Nice.
Nothing like showing something how to do, and she's making it better than you are.
Somebody got dough hands.
She's
Just
doing
pick
it.
it right up.
She's got it.
That's beautiful.
And this guy, I told him,
Guy looks like a movie star.
that's what I said.
Yeah.
I said, you should leave Tim's play. You should go to Hollywood immediately because you're Mr. Hollywood.
Oh, he's got $1 million smile. Well, the hair's nice.
He's
he could sell
Tim's-
you anything. That
That's
guy.
Tim's head cook.
Yeah.
And that's Tim's restaurants. Oh, I love
Beautiful.
that picture.
Nice, dude. There it is. Look
There
at
it
that.
is.
So we had a question sent in.
And that's the whole crew there.
That's his whole restaurant crew?
That's the whole
Nice.
crew.
Little
Most of
squad.
them. No, they're
deep.
still missing
A little bit of
a couple.
flour on everybody. I love it.
Yeah, there we go.
First of all, shout out. They're the galettes.
There's the
Beautiful.
galettes.
yeah, they were there.
We got one upstairs to eat too.
Put it in the oven. Crisp it up just a little bit.
We got one of those. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We got silpats down in Peru. I love
You know, when I seen that oven 200 years old, like, wait till I show Joe.
That was the
this
first picture
oven.
you sent me. I
Wait
was-
till I show Joe. You think you got a hot shot on Joe? This thing's 200 years old.
Beautiful. Yeah, man. So shout out to Kimberly Gray, the most recent paid subscriber to the Patreon. She subscribed at the highest level. So we're cooking dinner for three
That's what you were
people.
telling me yesterday.
Yeah. So subscribed at the highest level, and that gets you dinner for up to 4 people. Either we'll come to your house, or they're going to come to the restaurant.
And you remember the offer I made you?
Yeah.
And I even wash dishes. And I don't even charge.
We'll figure it out.
I
my
don't
guy.
even charge.
You just want to eat.
I
know.
just
dig
like
it.
hanging out.
Yeah, we're gonna cook dinner for a couple people. I think we got 13 courses, 14 courses.
Something
All
like that.
farmers market stuff. It's gonna be nice and good, and yeah, it's gonna be a good time. That'll also like behind the scenes pictures, and that menu will be posted on the
Because
Patreon.
speaking of which, at the market, which I was there this morning, there's a gal there. Her name is Gabby, and she's a Peruvian lady.
Oh, nice.
And she sells chocolate and coffee there. And I met her before
Right in
I
the
actually
pocket.
went down there. You know the guy that sharpens the knives down there?
Yeah.
She's right next door to him.
Oh, nice.
And I met her before I went down there.
Right on. She give you the little tips. Go get this.
She
Go
did,
get that.
she did.
Anyway, so Kim, after subscribing, she sent in a question for you. So we're going to ask that question for Michael
Can you read it?
from Kimberly Gray. Did you experience anything that added to and or altered your current cooking methods while you were
My
in
methods?
while you were in Peru?
Not really.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I watch them do what they do
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, but it didn't really transfer over too much.
Right on.
I mean, Tim's restaurant is kind of an American place. They're serving. No, I mean, I didn't really do anything that was really unusual or unusual.
Right on. I mean, you came in and cooked a galette. That's
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, I mean, I
it's
did,
still
yeah.
transferred.
But I brought that down there.
Things that you said that I didn't think about, but making sense. Things cook differently and rise
If I
differently.
would stay longer, I might have been
Chickens.
cooking, guinea pigs in the ovens in the fields out there. Yeah.
Beautiful. Me too. Yeah, man. Yeah, but the altitude can definitely make a difference of
Takes a little longer.
different times
Mm-hmm.
of cookings and things like even water boils at different temperatures or different times. That's wild, though. Yeah, man. I mean, cooking some of those guinea pigs or fancy potatoes or different styles of corn, That's something. I mean,
Yeah, which I didn't do.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, so I mean,
it'll be there.
I seen some of it.
Yeah, it'll be there. I mean, you were on vacation too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah, man. But that giant oven is something to behold, and seeing the people doing all the things and how they live and how they eat.
Yeah.
Cooks love that shit.
I
do. Yeah.
I was soaking it up like a sponge.
Beautiful, baby.
I just.
Beautiful.
I felt that, you know, I had the big ticket from Disneyland.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm with the big E ticket, as they
man.
would say.
I could dig it. I'm awesome that happened. Yeah, I mean, it's so cool that, you know, you got that comment or message from Tim, pass it to you, and then it all shook out.
It
was
blew,
like, wow.
it blew both of our minds.
I mean, it wasn't the only comment and message. You know, there's a couple people in the DMs that tried to get in touch with you.
There was a handful.
There was a handful.
God knows what this is going to drag
Exactly.
out. You got more pictures of Peru?
There's more.
Shabak, what do you got? Let's see what you got. Yeah, thank you for the many the gifts. Fancy bag.
All kinds of gifts.
Look at this.
Yeah.
And this fancy chocolate bar. I should
Yeah.
see this, right? Like that?
Yeah. You got to make hot chocolate out of
Yeah,
that.
you know what I mean?
I would have
I'm
worn
good.
my hat, but I just got a brand new haircut.
Me too. That's the thing. I mean, I
Yeah.
just got a haircut.
I got a haircut for this.
Exactly.
So that was his whole crew there. That guy does look like Hollywood. I told him that. You should quit
Yeah,
this
that's a
and
good kid, yeah.
go straight down to Hollywood.
Yeah, man. Gillettes.
That's what I told him.
Delicioso. Yeah, man. Yeah, and it goes to black.
I don't know what's going on here.
Technical difficulties.
Sorry.
Ah, we'll figure it out. There it is.
Maybe that cable's just shorting out. I'm not sure.
A short cable? Good, a longer cable. We know where to get those at. This guy. Doing a
Tim
chef
takes
thing.
such good care of his workers, and his workers take such great care of him.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
This got slipped in on. This was the poster show at,
Oh, at PSU?
yeah.
Oh, right on.
And Bill's name was mentioned. I said, God, I went to it, you know, and I said, God, if Bill could only see this. This stuff is hanging in museums already.
man.
It's barely 50 years old.
I mean, you could probably point to a couple of them. I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
I got
did that one.
several of these in my house.
got 'em in your house?
Yeah.
You got them in his house, like a museum.
Yeah. My house is a museum.
Beautiful.
It is a museum.
Yeah, they are done up, man. This is not
Yeah,
a
that's
small
just this is
festival.
yeah,
man.
it's just a Saturday night on the mall.
I mean, do you just keep that in the closet and like wear it a couple times a year? I don't know. They are ornate.
But they're all in their little groups.
Yeah.
You know.
It reminds me of like New Year's Eve in Philadelphia, like Mummers Day type thing.
Well, this
All the
is I
clans
believe
get
this
together.
getting ready for the Inca New Year's.
Right on. Maybe that's where the Mummers got it.
That's what you drive around. These are motorcycles, and they build these. They don't build them like that. They look like it's a motorcycle. Then they build these little cages to go
What, a
over.
little taxi or something?
Yeah, these are taxis.
Antica Osteria.
Yeah.
Restaurant. Pizzeria. Look at that.
Yeah,
Even in Peru, you get some pizza.
pizzas everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed. As it should be.
Pizzas are everywhere.
Yeah, man.
Center of town.
Looks like a
Pisac.
fucking firework going off that tree. Wild. It don't even look real. Yeah, man. Yeah, they got like little crews that go around.
Yeah, I mean, they all participate, from the little kids to the teenagers, and
Yeah, man. That's a lot of plants you got to water.
yeah, it looks like. Well, how would you? Well, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
Somebody's got to get up on ladder.
Somebody's
every
got to
day.
do something, or maybe pour it down from the windows upstairs.
There's my guy again.
Yeah, man. Jaguar mask, fancy, fancy shoes and everything. Yeah,
So this
the
was in
bands.
Pisa. The Virgin's right up ahead. So on this side, they have all these guys in the white tuxedos, and on the other side, they're all in black tuxedos. These are full brass bands.
It sounds
Just
very
in the middle of
mummerish.
the day.
That's where the mummers got it from.
Yeah,
Tortillas.
I was having sensory overload at this point.
I mean, I can
just
definitely see there's a
it's
lot of
just-
people.
It's coming from everywhere.
Everything.
There's the old oven again.
Yeah,
there.
man. Yeah, it looks like it's been there for a
It's
little bit.
been there for quite a while.
What's that in the tray? That's good.
Yeah, a little like pork belly or something over there.
I don't know, some sort of meat there.
I mean, that's all you need for a sandwich right there.
The local market, no refrigeration.
Feet still on the chicken, proper style, or whatever kind of bird that is, fucking emu or whatever it is.
It's chicken.
Yeah.
But those are not like chickens we get here.
No, that's a healthy bird.
That's a healthy bird.
Yeah, man. walking and eating. That's what you got.
walking around.
Yeah. No supervision. Perfect.
Coca leaves.
Oh, that's a bag of coca leaves?
That's a bag of coca leaves.
No shit.
He's got another big bag behind him there.
Yeah, he do. I mean, how many leaves you got to chew?
This is Michael cutting his hair, literally.
His hair. Look at it.
That was that was the big day there.
Oh yeah.
And they're feeding me and just throwing big piles of plates of food, you know.
Proper.
I'd only been in town for
Fresh off the plane? Boom.
30 minutes. I didn't even been to his house yet. They stopped me off here first.
Nice.
I think that's all I got.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that was great.
Awesome.
Thank you for doing that, Charlie.
Yeah, thank you, sir. That's great. Michael, again, this has been great.
So that was the experience. And it all happened right here. I mean,
Look at that.
if we didn't do the first one, you know, I'd still be just home minding my own business.
You have to mind your own business in Peru with some old homies and reconnection.
And I got down there, you know, and Tim had bought me slippers, you know, made out of alpaca, just like next to the bed, you know, just like, oh, just
the treatment.
Oh, I
As it
got
should
it,
be.
man. I can't wait till he comes here so I can take care of him for a couple of days.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Be nice to
We'll
talk
go
to him.
We'll go up to Canada, and he'll get to see the Great Northwest. We'll certainly bring him here and
Right on.
take the train and then the ferry across.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good way to
Got it.
Yeah, sounds
see
nice.
Vancouver.
Absolutely.
So,
Beautiful.
we're gonna
Well,
be
thank you
doing
for the
it.
gifts.
Yeah.
Tim, thank you again.
Thank you,
Thanks for taking care of our
and
man,
thank
Michael.
everybody in Peru, all my new friends down there. Thank
Beautiful.
you for looking after me when I was there, and I will be back.
We'll be back.
I will be back.
We'll do this again sometime.
I hope so.
I mean, we told a couple stories. It sounds like you got
We got
many,
quite a,
many more
we got
stories
quite a
to
bit
tell.
out, huh?
Yeah, it was
we
good.
went all the way from the CIA to the jungles of Peru.
As it should be.
There's
It's
not
like,
too many people can tell those stories.
I would agree.
And Bill said, "How many bills do you know?"
I fucking love that line.
Yeah, so all this will be in the second edition of this book.
Beautiful. Yeah, we'll check that one out. Yeah, we touched on a lot of stuff. Kim, thanks again. Patreon. Yeah, this will be out next Sunday-ish.
Yeah, they're
Patreon
looking
early
forward.
exclusive.
They're good. They're
Yeah.
looking forward.
Exactly. Text all your homies, hey.
Oh yeah. Everybody's waiting for this to
follow-up.
come out. But I'm really excited for the kids down there in this restaurant to
Beautiful.
see this.
We'll put it on the big screen down there and everybody watch it.
They're going to do that.
Shout out to everybody
They're
in
gonna do
Peru.
that. And to thank all you, everybody.
For you, no
the
problem.
stars were just in line for us.
It's beautiful how that happens
Yeah,
sometimes,
it was
right?
just, It was really good.
Cool.
It was really good.
I'm happy
was,
it did.
Like I said, things like this only happen a couple of times in a lifetime.
Beautiful.
And I'm smart enough at this point in my life
Yeah, man.
to know I was blessed.
You are blessed. We are blessed.
Thank you much.
Michael, thank you. Great to see you again. We'll do it again sometime.
All righty.
After your next trip or sooner, and we'll get all the other stories out of you.
Good deal. Good
Thanks,
deal.
Michael. Great
Thank
to
you,
talk to you,
guys.
bud.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you. And they drop 1 million ping pong balls on the audience.
Oh, that's wild.
Along with, those blow up sex dolls. They throw in about 50 of those things. And they drop all these on the crowd. And all you see is like 1 million ping pong balls. And then a bunch of these blow up. And the people down below, they're grabbing the dolls and they're dancing.
I don't know if you can get away with that anymore. Maybe the flyover stuff. I don't know. Bananas.